You think you can remember how to do this?
No, I'm forever pressing the wrong button.
Have you got a microphone on? Or can anyone hear us?
Hello, hello. We are in the land of, don't know what we're doing again.
Oh, what else is
Nothing changes. Hello. So.
We are audible.
You can be heard. I'll tell you what.
You're doing your tape delay tricks again, aren't you?
Yeah, my phone will probably ring.
You're doing your tape delay tricks again, aren't you?
My phone will probably ring in a minute. Hello, everybody. Hello. We are back after...
some time.
Yeah.
A period of
6 months
time.
or something with one in the middle. Does that make sense? Okay, we're having one of those days. It's always going to be one of those days. So, I'm going to say hello to Cheryl, who is may or may not return back to see us. Oh, you'll have to turn that over because that's really irritating.
Yes, it
Ross is either watching the football or he's here. What a shambles. May or may not be joining us. Erica, thank you so much for being here. Evil Spartacus, hello.
Hi, Jane.
And Anne's here from Germany. Jane is here. Hello, thank you. Oh, Ross has decided to be here and not watch the football, looks like. Or maybe he's got the football on as well.
2 screens.
Oh, yes. Valerie Goat's here. Hello to... is that Eileen? Aileen. How do we say it? It's Eileen, isn't it?
Yes.
And Ansi is here. And Nicola, hi from hi to Australia, not from Australia. Oh dear. Ansi's here from South Africa. Monster Garden's here. Jerome's here. Hello, Jerome. And Michael is here. So that's Monster Garden. Chrissy's here. Hello, Chrissy.
And that was
Hillary's here. Karen's here. Lorella. Hello. Hi. Karen says it's really hot in Florida. Laura's here. And oh, look. There's more people here. Yeah. And wow. Okay, thank you so much, Evil Spartacus. What a really nice way to start the day. Thank you very much for that super chat. So, let me quickly go back. Rose is here. Hello, Rose. Hello, Benny. Hello, Yellow Labrador. Debs, H is here. Naomi, Sean, Christy Betts, Dawn Jones, Elizabeth Gibbs, Tracy, Carl, Robin.
And anyone else who knows me.
And Margaret is here as well. Hi, Margaret. Margaret, are you home, Wales, or away at the moment? And Karen here is from Italy. Nice.
Envious? Me?
Yes. Okay, so shall we start the way that we used to start live chats by saying where you are and what your weather is like at the moment? Where are you?
What's your name and where are you from? Yeah, actually, Monster Garden, we haven't spoken since the last live chat. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, yes. Yeah, that's it, that's the end of our conversation. Okay, so it's finally cooling to the 80s in Georgia, sunshine and showers in Derbyshire. It's been storming all night in Missouri. Really?
Sunny in Northamptonshire.
Cloudy,
sunny Sheffield.
Bright and blowy in Northants. Clouds scudding by.
First frost in Norway last night, but lovely sunshine.
Nice. Actually, people, there's been frost here. Not here by the farm, but in the UK we've had. I know people are saying they've had frost. Tacoma.
Dark, cold and wet. They finally got rain last night where Christy Betts is. Dorset.
In Dorset, warm and very windy.
Very nice.
Hello, Kate. Thank you for joining us.
Sunny, cool autumn day in New Brunswick.
Getting started on homesteading. Hello, welcome.
And it's nice in Normandy. No, Normandy's not in Nice.
There's lots of rain in Cambridge. It's cloudy in Belgium. Nicola is in Brisbane. It's 11 p.m. here, but it was sunny, 25 degrees C. Nice.
Sunny and windy in Herefordshire.
Hi, Sarah. And Brenda's here.
Bit of rain in Ohio. One of my favourite Pretenders songs is about Ohio. It's called My City Was Gone from the Learning to Crawl album. If you've missed the music references, don't worry, they're back.
Some of us didn't miss them.
See, this is what happens when we don't speak for 6 months.
And so What a Shambles is here. Hooray. Richard Sydenham's here. Howie from Food Forest Permaculture is here.
Chilli Swindon.
Shropshire's a bit damp. Chilli Swindon, yeah. Brilliant.
It
Okay,
was
look, we've asked that. So as new people arrive, we will ask them how their weather is doing. There we go. So do we want to report on our weather here?
It's sunny. It's a bit cool. We have
Okay, this week we've had a lot of rain,
weather.
a lot of weather, haven't we? It's
15 degrees with a real feel of 11 at the moment.
So what's that in Fs?
I don't know. Don't ask me questions.
Cooler than
like
it
that.
was in the summer. I think is the answer to that. So I wanted to talk about what we have done over the summer, but not just what we have done.
What I did in the summer holidays.
Yes, what I did in the summer holidays. You know, when you go back to school and you have to write that, you know, do a nice drawing and write the bit about what you did in the summer holidays. Well, that's what we're going to do today. So we went out on day trips, didn't we?
We did for
So-
days,
But we were,
several days independently of each other.
yeah. So we went out with early morning, came back late evening, but time to do the birds and things. So we did a bit of exploring around bits of Wales that we've never been to before, because it seems daft to live in such a beautiful place and never go and explore it. So we did some of that. We did a bit of going to see family.
Yeah, caught up with a few people.
So we did all the things that we kind of had said we wanted to do.
And that Sundays are very, because you know what people are like. They're busy, and they don't fit in with our time. How dare they? Not, you've got to fit in with our timetable. So we done some stuff that we couldn't normally do because Sundays.
We do other things. Yeah, so done that, but it's nice to be back to the live chat on a Sunday.
I promise you, I was never with Cliff Richard. I've been a shadow occasionally, but never with Cliff Richard.
Where are we talking about?
Nicola J, were you with Cliff Richard? We're all going on a summer holiday.
Oh, right. No. So, and Naomi's here. Hi, Naomi. And is there anybody else I missed that I can see? And Chris is here. Hiya, Chris. Don't worry about being late. We're rarely on time for anything, so... Are we?
Well, you speak for yourself. I'm normally early.
Well, I was going to say I'm normally early, but then I quite often do that very dramatic late thing where...
You're normally early. Normally early, you!
All right, well... So that's what we did. So what have you done over the summer holidays? Have you... Not even summer holidays, it's just since, where are we? April. I did one live chat in June somewhere. But how has your spring and summer season gone? Have you done anything special? Been anywhere?
Erica lost signal in the car.
Yeah. Did you get any new pets? Did you have any animals born on your small holding? What's been going on? Tell us.
You're not the only one that was born early, by the way.
Yeah, you were a bit early, weren't you?
I was several weeks early.
Yeah.
Tiny.
So Michael planted his full garden and the grasshoppers loved them. There you go.
Oh, Sarah Payton says that her husband is mean about her marriage too.
That's mornings.
Mornings, I'm sorry. You see, I knew... Oh, so it is, yeah, it's too big fun.
How about
I got some new glasses.
putting your glasses on, keeping them on?
Because-
Well, yes, you can just do the old man routine where you peer over the top of them. I would like to say it makes you look very elegant or learned, but it doesn't. Come on, let's read some of these out. So, Byther Farm. I built my first raised beds. Very excited. I
well
planted
done.
sweet potatoes in them and turnips in the fall. Excellent.
Hillary's had the best summer for crops on her allotment ever.
Excellent.
Excellent, superb.
Naomi says, can't get over this technology, how lovely it is to reach so many people. It is,
Yeah,
you're right.
absolutely.
Uh,
Oh, sorry. Homestead and Highlands have more sheep, and I misread that as 4 miniature crows. And I was thinking, why would you got 4 miniature crows?
where are we looking at 4 miniature crows?
4 miniature cows.
Oh, right. Yes. What sort of cows are they? Yeah, well, what sort of cows are they?
Little ones.
I know.
Not far away, they're small.
They must be an actual breed.
Grow Your Own Life has been doing more fishing in Brixham. Good place for it.
Getting started on homesteading, got a quail and loves them. Tracy has had 2 fox attacks but is starting again, so we talked about that in our Facebook group, and how pleased I was that you didn't give up on that one. Karen said she went on a 3-night cruise to the Bahamas. Wow.
Nice.
That became a 6-night cruise because the ship had to avoid the hurricane. Well, either that was amazing and exciting or really frightening,
Or both.
So and Bill and Val are here. Hiya, and they are asking, are those patty pans behind me? Yes, they are. Sam's Allotment Diaries here, and that 1870s homestead is here. And thank you, that's a very nice comment. So I'm going to read that out. Oh my God, Liz, you look amazing. I love you and wish you, Mr. J, an amazing autumn.
Oh, I love you too. There, so yeah, it's on film.
Walnut Tree Homestead flew to the US and looked at properties and decided to move to North Carolina in 2 years. Nice. So there won't be much space left in North Carolina soon. I think lots of people are going to be moving. Of course there will be, but I think lots of people are keen on it. It must be just a really good environment. I think it's quite a organically minded, healthy place to be. Christy Betts, congrats on the land. So that means Christy must have got some land. Sorry I missed that comment, but hopefully you've got some land.
I'm going to throw in the usual caveat at this point. If we don't respond to comments, or if Liz doesn't respond to comments when I'm not here, it's not that we're being rude, it's just they're going whoosh. So they all get responded to later on.
Right, so Sean is here. Hi, Sean says, I got very wet this year, had a poor year this year, had to get a new polytunnel, weather wrecked it, going to the Cairngorms in 2 weeks to recharge my batteries. Nice.
Nice for the recharge, obviously, not the wrecked polytunnel.
Yeah, no, not wrecked polytunnels are never great. So ACS said, did I miss who that is behind Mr. J? No, not yet. We will do proper introductions in a minute. Aileen says, moved this summer, so we'll be able to have a couple of raised beds next year. Very exciting, yeah. Evil Spartacus still trying to buy a croft. Hopefully get one of those mortgage thingies next week. Actually, I'll just do the fingers crossed for you.
Or they'll do the Scandinavian held thumbs.
Yes, all of those. Touch wood, all of those things, and send out positive vibes for you. Perhaps move in the beginning of November. What else have we got? Oh, Robert's here, Kilted Gardener. Hello, hello. I feel like I'm missing out and saying hello to people. Ziggy's here, hiya. Saying that unfashionably late. Okay. Oh, Rachel's got to run to church. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Thank you for joining us.
See you, Rachel.
Sam's Allotment says totally stripped my plot yesterday. So yes, it's that time of year where it's just like it's really nice to be able to just clear out all the debris from the summer and look forward to the new season. Ross is saying, does anybody know when the shops in the UK have those cheap fruit trees in? Ross, last year, no, not last year, 4 years ago, we bought them in the middle of November when they got them. So next month, I would suggest they start getting them in. Naomi says, do you guys have holidays and what are the practicalities?
No.
We don't anymore. I did quite a lot of travelling when I was younger.
I've done a fair bit over the years, and we've done a little bit of
travelling together, haven't we? So quite happy to.
But since we've taken this place on, no, we haven't.
I don't feel a huge need to be racing off anywhere anyway. So that was keep going with what you've done this summer, and we can keep on checking those things out. So a couple of people I need to say thank you to. First of all, I want to say thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. So there are people who have been supporting us throughout the last year or so. Well, actually, some of them for almost two and a bit years now. But last November, I'm sure most of you are aware, my channel got demonetized by YouTube, and with the support of patrons, I limped through producing videos, and I just want to say thank you so much for that support. The good news is that I finally got to speak to somebody at YouTube. And when I say speak, I mean email speak. I explained what I thought had happened to them. I explained what I thought was the issue, and for whatever reason, whether they agree with me or whatever, I'm not going to hugely go into it, other than I sent them this email and within 7 minutes I had been remonetised. Hooray. So thank you so much for the patrons who supported me throughout the year, and who continue to support me.
And you, obviously, patrons will continue to get additional videos,
Yeah.
Additional bits and pieces,
Yeah.
and the opportunity to put priority questions for live chats and the occasional patrons only
And
live
that's what
chat.
I'm going to do now. So
Did I link well or something?
you did link very well then. So, and this is a question not just for me but for everybody to discuss. Anne says, "Hi Liz, as slug pellets get faded out, apart from ducks, what do you recommend to keep them at bay?" So we're back to the slug question.
Didn't we have that a week ago?
No, I think it was just you.
Another live arena last Sunday.
We did, yes. So we were asked about those last Sunday, but obviously I said ducks. So ducks are excluded from this conversation. So does anybody have any suggestions for keeping slugs off our crops? Bill, Val, what do you use to keep the slugs off? Robert, thank you so much for that super chat. That's lovely. Here's a fiver to celebrate. Yay! Thank you.
Marigolds.
Marigolds, okay.
Sounds like one diary suggests lots of marigolds. Do you mean a particularly proprietary brand of rubber glove? Or?
No, I think they mean African marigolds, which are particularly pungent. Nematodes, yeah, nematodes are expensive, and particularly.
I think we'd use common toads, wouldn't we?
Wow, we have.
I may go and see what that is, just in case that's.
Well, it could be a neighbour.
And you know, you can be introduced.
Yes. So let's. It's going to be a bit all over the place. I want to introduce you to my new companion for the year. This is, and we thought of lots of fancy names. So you've got a choice. He can either be Phil, because he fills the space when Mr. J's not around, or he can be Gord, as in Gordon. You get to choose. So just please write in your comments, Phil or Gord, Gourd. I think I'll always refer to him as Phil, but I'm very happy to do either of those. He may look like a Bruce Kate, but the two choices are Phil or Gord, because I can't do more descriptions. Is he a baby? Is he a son of Phil? No, he's actually a cousin, because it came from the same seed packet, but not one of Phil's seeds. So that's brilliant. I will just let those run, and I'll do an add up at the end of how many I think it is. Philly McPhil face, yeah. So yes, really luckily this year, well, maybe fortunately, maybe unfortunately, as it was growing, one of the vines, she just went across it, and it kind of grew around the stem, and it left this amazing mark. So that is actually an indent where the stem used to be, but it just made it look like a mouth. So there we go. So Mr. J went out to find out what the noise was. I suspect the neighbours are cutting something down. Either that, or he's now out there arguing with somebody on a motorbike. Right, so we were talking about slugs. if you've got a small space, I think beer chaps might work, or the midnight wonder with a pair of scissors will help keep them down a bit. If you have an enclosed space, you could probably use nematodes. Anybody who's used nematodes, do they work will they go right the way through a garden if you've got lots of raised beds like we've got? Because that's one that I haven't tried yet. So, and hopefully you'll be able to come back through and look at some of the answers, people's thoughts about slugs. Okay. There are some more priority questions from patrons, and we'll come back to those in a little while. Karen says, what do you do to stop caterpillars eating cabbage, kale and broccoli? Karen, I have got a whole playlist of videos about what I do in terms of keeping the butterflies off. Basically, I make tunnels out of piping and then cover them with netting so the butterflies can't access those plants to lay their eggs and then have all those munching butterflies. You're hovering at the back there, darling. Are you all right?
Me?
Yeah, well, we can see you, despite the fact you're sort of standing hiding. We can see you.
It's full again.
So, Karen, yeah, have a look for my playlist that is about growing cabbages and kales. Or might it just be called growing brassicas?
It might be. I'm sure there is something about brassicas in the playlist.
There is, very definitely. So, and I asked people whether they wanted to call him Phil or Gord. So at the end, we'll go and have a look and see what the most was, because the conversation was going so quickly.
I thought that could be a female. I think that could be Ermagord.
No, I don't think it's Ermagord. That's very good. That's very good. Do we want it to be Ermagord? Is the other option. So, oh look, there's some very nice conversations going on. There's got the two of us.
Philomena.
Philomena, Phyllis, yeah.
Philomena.
Well, it's just become Phil again.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to remember what her surname was. Philip Lynett's mum was called Philomena, and she died earlier this year.
Was she?
She was quite elderly.
Yeah. Okay. Tony, don't add extra names in. I'm just going to tell him off. Don't add extra names. It's too confusing as it is.
Squish.
Yes, so he is, he or she is now around.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Sam says, Liz, how's it best to store pumpkins? It's first time growing them. Okay, when you first bring them in, you want to have them in an ambient temperature, so not hugely hot, not hugely cold, and definitely not too damp. And you kind of just want to leave them with air being able to flow around them. To, if you lean over a tiny bit, to make the skin go quite hard, and then you can, that's it, and then you can store them somewhere like a spare bedroom where it doesn't get frosted, but it's not very warm.
Yeah, and you haven't got the heating slaps on. The other thing to do is keep an eye on them, because
oh yes,
we've had some.
We
had some that sat on the carpet in the spare bedroom, which is fine, and they survived, and then all of a sudden started to rot underneath them. For some reason they got very warm. Maybe there was a pipe or something under the carpet, and this sort of squishy department happened. And
squishy department?
Deportment. And it wasn't terribly pleasant. Shifting them wasn't easy either. So pick them up and they go. So, excuse me. So yes, so that's a piece of squash advice there. Don't squish your squash.
I know, and squash advice from a non-gardening person, which is amazing.
Kilted Gardener back off to work. Toodle pip.
Thank you for calling in. Oh, sorry, I just shouted in your ear then, didn't I?
That's the tinnitus flaring up again then.
Okay, so...
And now it's Patreon podcast question number 2.
Judy asked, Do you know, I haven't read this question, so I could be.
Oh, you should always pre-read your questions.
Hi Liz, will you use kitchen food waste in your compost bins along with paper shreddings and garden greenery? Also, do you put eggshells in? We don't get food waste collections here, so all of mine go in the compost bin. It's very often wet and takes ages to break down. So what we do here is we do have food waste collections which they take off to use to
Every
make
week.
biogas. Do you want to just point to the bucket or make the bucket visible or something?
Make it so.
So I stand.
I'm not coming over to the dark side.
No, not that one. The bucket.
Oh, the bucket.
So I stand to prep food over there, and I have a bucket. Literally there. Thank you very much. So literally, as I'm preparing anything in here, it goes straight into the bucket to go out onto the compost heap.
Just disturb a fruit fly.
And he's all over the place today. So my kitchen, the raw kitchen waste goes there. Any cooked waste goes into food waste collection. And anything that I can get out in the garden before I bring it in, so outside leaves of cabbages or kales or anything, can go straight to the chickens or the ducks. Once you've brought it into the house, it can't then go back out for the birds, because here in the UK that is against the law.
There actually have been more cases of salmonella this year than for several years.
Have they? Well, there we go. The meaning of life, don't squish your squash. So.
Yeah, but we know that's not the answer. The ultimate answer.
No, it's not. Okay. Sam's Lotman, Liz, do you and Erica have any plans for another live chat soon? Well, I don't know. Let's ask Erica. Is she still here? Erica. Yes, is the answer. I'm sure that we will
At some point.
do another live chat soon. I'm sure we'll do another Friday evening live chat before too very long. Mrs. S is here. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. And New Life 51. Lovely Liz's shirt and colour. This is not a usual colour for me to wear.
No, it's not.
Is it?
It's not.
So this is. I have the shirt. Well, this is a Byther Farm t-shirt. There we go. But does somebody want to pop up a link to the t-shirts? So Erica is back. Erica, Sam's Allotment Diary has just asked if we're likely to do another live chat together soon. So I've said yes. I thought we probably would.
You have now been committed.
And let's have a little look. I'm just reading. Sorry about that. The silence. Can you try to make some noises while I'm reading?
Well, I was just Rose just said about finding it strange that we can't feed chickens whatever we want. I understand it. There were some serious issues in this country some years ago with some really nasty outbreaks of salmonella, and also it was around about the time of foot and mouse.
Foot and mouth.
Foot and mouse.
Foot
Foot
and
and
mouth
mouth.
as
Foot
well.
and mouse is also nasty.
And, you know, the UK is a small place, and we need to contain
Any communicable disease, you have
Yeah.
to contain it really quickly.
So that's what it's about. Okay.
So Monster Garden put in their first raised bed and planted a variety of garlic. Excellent. And garlic, one of the first things we planted here was garlic.
It was.
Actually, I say we, I mean she. The royal we.
The other thing I've got here
Oh!
is
Oh! Ow!
I've got 3 of garlic here, which came from Erica, for me to try and then to plant. Try as in try and eat and see if we like them, and then to plant. Erica, can you remind me, are these Casablanca or Carcassonne? Because I know they're one of them, and I think they're Casablanca because
Because they play it again, Sam.
because I've got Carcassonne myself. She'll tell me in a minute.
Of all the garlic in
They
all
are
the town.
Casablanca. So thank you, Erica. They will be going in. And in our garlic bed, this year. I did the garlic trial and then also planted Germador and
Which goes very well with lobster.
I think it was Mesodrome. Anyway, those two. I only got half of them lifted, and I had thought they'd all rotted off, and I've now just noticed that they're starting to shoot up again. So we should have some amazing garlic next year. What are we pointing at?
I was pointing at that comment from Not Just About the Ducks.
Yeah. Hello, Not Just About Ducks. Hello, thank you for joining me. Somebody else I saw her come in, and McLaren's stable here. So that is Christina.
New Life 51. Monty is fine. He's just gone back to sleep.
Figs, Pigs and Feathers is Joe. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so the canner back there. So having spent the last 2 years saying I'm not sure I really like the idea of canning, I have finally succumbed to my
See,
my want to.
Tony talked about me going to the dark side, which I don't. No way. But there you were. I'm not doing this. I'm not all like that.
No. Well, I'm not. But there's a little bit about I want to be able to preserve food and not have it in the freezer.
Yeah.
So I have now got a Presto pressure canner. So thank you to Tony at Gadgets, Gizmos and Gardens, Gadgets, Gizmos. I can't remember exactly which order it goes in. Tony, but thank you for organising that for me. I didn't know what I was buying, so he helped me choose one of those. So I will be experimenting with that over there.
Monster Garden says, welcome to the dark side. We have cookies, but you can control cookies. You can turn them off.
Sometimes he's just too quick. Yeah, so Tony Stevens, Gardens, Gadgets and Gizmos. There we go. So, hang on, look, my list of things is getting done
Ticked
quietly.
off, yeah.
Yes. The other thing I want to say to everybody who's here is thank you so much for the amazing, really nice comments we've been getting on the videos I've put out over the last
Few months.
but in particular about the last 2 or 3 months there have just been some really, really nice comments, so thank you. I really appreciate them, and although I don't always get to respond to everyone, hopefully I've put a heart next to it, which actually means I've read it, and then as soon as I get a chance I'll come back and answer as many as I can.
Or use them as the basis for future videos. Speaking of which, Sarah wants to know if you're going to do a video on using your pressure canner.
Yes, I am. I'm going to do pressure canning for beginners, not showing you how to pressure can, but being a beginner starting pressure canning and how scary or how easy or whatever that, and my inevitable mistakes. So I will share those. Jane says, can you explain the difference between canning and bottling? Absolutely, Jane. Canning is if you're in the US and bottling is if you're in the UK. Simple as.
Really?
Yeah.
Simple as that, is it?
Simple as. Yeah. So.
Because I mean, a lot of the things that people talk about canning, I've noticed to go into glass jars, which I find very confusing. And then I thought that was to do with the lid.
No, it's just a phrase.
Oh, okay.
It is just a.
Well, I'm learning something new.
Yeah. Yes. No. And it is just a phrase. In the UK, they call it bottling.
Is it just a phrase you're going through, darling?
It is just a phrase I'm going through. So, where have we got to? I can't believe how hard these moderators have worked already in just keeping this chat going and keeping us on the straight and narrow.
Tracy wants to know how to conserve walnuts. I have no idea.
Pickle them.
Okay.
Pickled walnuts is the only one
I have
that
heard
I
of
know.
that, actually. Yes, now you mentioned
Pickled
it.
walnuts. Ross is saying he's always worried about botulism. Yes, me too, Ross, which is why I've now got the pressure canner, because that will stop
Heat
that
treat.
from heat treat in a way under pressure and stop that happening.
Oh no, I've got a baseline going through my head now.
Yeah. Cheryl says, where did you get the canner? and doing it. Okay, so what I will do is I will put the information about that canner and where I got it from and everything in my Facebook group. So the information will be there. If you are not already in my Facebook group, please do come and join it. And if you don't use Facebook, you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram. So could one of my lovely moderators please put up a link to my Facebook group, which I don't know if I've given you on my list, but one of you will have that link, or you can just grab the link.
Yeah.
And when people ask to join the group, they will need to answer the 3 questions, or else I won't let them.
Yeah.
So Links Acres is here. Hello, and Lottie Time is here. Don't forget
The Facebook page, the ordinary page.
Oh yeah, and the other thing, yes, we would be very appreciative. I would be very appreciative.
We would, both of us. I'll
Yeah.
appreciate it too.
Good. If you could like the Byther Farm Facebook page, so that's not a group, that is just literally, it's the page where I just put up bits and pieces of information, but that would be really lovely. Wouldn't it?
It would.
Yes. Let's go back and have another little look at New Life 51 says, how have you been feeling, Liz? Well, spring and summer was absolutely fabulous. They've been good, haven't they?
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw Sarah's comment about pickled walnuts are a thing, but I hate them.
Spring and summer has been brilliant. We are now heading into autumn and
Big style.
very aware of that.
Oh yeah, 4 seasons in one day this week.
Yeah, and I'm starting to get tired all the time and also not sleeping. So that's a fairly classic. We're going into winter.
I'm not
autumn
using a
thing.
light box enough.
And not using my light box enough. No, well I'm not.
I know. And I have to nag you about it. You told me to.
I did.
Repeatedly.
Tell you to, yes. So Ross is saying his back's playing up now, it's cold and damp. I
Yep.
said my hip was playing up.
My shoulder's been playing up.
So there you go, it is very cold and it is damp. And it's one of the things I know lots of American viewers don't understand is just how damp it is in Britain.
Yeah. I mean, it can be warmer than... we were in Sweden. I was in Sweden a few years ago in late March, and it was several feet of snow, and it was minus whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it's all crisp and dry and lovely. And over here,
Yeah. I was talking to Lorella, and she was saying that she's lived in Alaska and she's lived, whatever's down at the very bottom, Mississippi. I hope that was the right place. And that it was actually the cooler months in the south, right down on the Gulf, were colder than the cold months in Alaska because of the damp. So
yes, Karen, vitamin D is part of the winter supplement.
it's also part of the spring and summer supplements as well. Yeah, I take it all year round. So
But in reduced amounts in the sunnier months.
yeah, yes. So Michael says, do you use grow lights for your seedlings? No. No. You don't even know what grow lights are, do you?
Lights that help them grow.
Yes.
They're like artificial daylight.
Yes, they are like artificial daylight. But no, see, he does know. No, I don't. I just wait until spring, until spring has sprung on the grounds that I tend to feel most plants will catch up.
Yeah, they probably will.
Nicola's saying that's why her parents immigrated to Australia, because they were sick and cold, the cold and damp here. Yeah. So,
And Tracy says that snow is never lovely.
snow is lovely when it's dry.
I think it depends.
So
It looks great on mountaintops in the distance.
Eileen is going to leave us. Thank you very much for joining us.
Bye, Eileen.
Thank you. And
It's Priority Podcast Patreon question number 3. Make a feature of it.
Make a feature. Hi Liz, I saw in one of your videos lately your ducks, and in the background I thought I saw some brown ducks. Are those Khaki Campbells? Yes. Do you want to tell about the Khaki Campbell duck?
We
please?
have, we've got 2 sets now, haven't we?
We have.
Our friend Hugh
Hello, Lisa.
has brought us some eggs to find out whether they were fertile. Oh boy, were they fertile! We hatched 8 the first time and 9 the second time, and they are mostly Khaki Campbell. We suspect there might be a little bit of Indian runner in there,
Yeah.
just judging by the way they sort of go.
Well, I think it's the way they smell, actually. But
I was trying to be polite. It's Sunday, but yes. So we've got those on the go at the moment as well, and they are mingling quite nicely. The older ones.
yes, so yes, the Khaki Campbells and the Aylesburys are.
Mingling.
They're mingling. They're not like best friends
Oh,
and
no,
sitting
no,
together and
no,
things
no.
yet, but they're not at loggerheads. So Rachel's here. Hi, Rachel. Shall I be videos? What do you do in the winter? I do more videos in the winter of gardening, homesteading. I sometimes do some social commentary. That's
Yeah, more things that can be done indoors.
yes.
Plotting and planning
And the other thing that I've done this year is I have filmed quite a lot during the summer to be able to put out videos during the winter. So over the winter months you will see some of the things I did in the summer, places I went,
yeah,
people I spoke to,
but that you haven't seen yet.
and that you haven't seen yet. Yes. So
So no repeat. It's a no repeat winter.
really,
Apart from the
don't
bits that-
promise that.
Apart from the bits
In
that,
case I
apart
want
from
to
the bits,
repeat things.
apart from the bits that we say twice.
So Jari's here. Is that Yari or yeah? That's going to be
Yari.
Yari's. And 3,000% here. Hello, 3,000%. Did you enter a pumpkin or a squash into Malvern this year? There's a question, hey?
Food Forest Permaculture's back.
Hiya, Harry. Thank you for returning. So, Chris, so ACS has just had a really nice delivery. Yes! Well, I don't know, why have you come back to the live chat? Seriously, Chris, why have you come back? Go play with your new toy. Like, if I had a new toy arrive, you wouldn't see me for dust. I would just be sorry, I've got to go. Don't test that theory.
Don't need to. I know it's true. Days on end, I don't see her full sometimes.
Okay. What, will I get new toys? Well, I don't get many new toys, but you know.
Polytunnel, she must have moved into it at one
Yeah, I
point.
did. Yeah, that's true. I did.
Anyone
very
thought we'd had a
nearly.
row?
No, we didn't. It was just, it's so much warmer in there than it is even in the house.
Obviously not burning the right furniture, darling.
All right, so 3,000% said they didn't enter something into the Malvern show, but their plot neighbours both grow giants. I was amazed at the size of those.
Yeah.
They were, I can't imagine what they must taste like.
Yeah.
So,
I just didn't see the point, I'm afraid.
but it's because you can.
Yeah, I know.
There's
I
a skill
appreciate.
to
I
it.
appreciate
It's
that.
like doing anything, isn't it? There's a skill to learning how to do that, and yeah, there's a skill to it. So, Sandra's saying she's looking forward to seeing the polytunnel in winter.
Yeah, we're not decking it with fairy lights then.
Can't we?
Well, you can if you want to. I'm not
I
going up.
think-
I'm not going up that ladder to do that.
No. It doesn't need to be over the top. I can do fairy lights hanging from the inside. We could do solar ones.
Well, it'd
There was
have to
no
be.
use of electricity,
They'd have to be.
and they could just light the inside of it and attract all the moths.
Away from the house. And all the cats.
Yeah, and the turkeys, and yes, here
And the
we go.
foxes.
Rose is saying, what will you grow in the tunnel for winter? So there will be, well, it's going to be a complete experiment this year because I've got no idea what can and can't grow in there. So,
Not going to go for more melons over winter then?
no.
They were good. Grew some nice melons this year. Yeah, they tasted delicious. Whoa.
Homegrown melon, it's not very big.
But you know,
perfectly formed. That kind of looks rude.
what's that, Sooty?
So yes, so we're not going to grow melons over winter, but as it is our first,
Yes.
first winter with the polytunnel. So 3,000%. Look at that, lovely Liz. You just got one also. Hooray! We like polytunnels. I'm going to try carrots, peas, salad leaves. I'm just going to see what will and won't grow there, and I'm also going to try doing things like double lining it, so lining some areas maybe with bubble wrap, and other areas are just got a second layer of polythene sheeting, you know, the cover in it as well. So people are saying hello to Kate. Kate, hi.
Hi, Kate.
Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Walnut Tree Homestead saying your melon's bigger than ours. We've had some pretty good ones actually, haven't we? We've had
that's quite a small one by comparison.
And then we've had some that are half the size of this as well. So
Individual, we see individual portion ones.
this one is absolutely ready. If you don't mind talking for 2 seconds, I will.
1, 2. She's going to go and slice it on. Are conkers chestnuts or crab apples? I think they're horse chestnuts, aren't they? Conkers?
Conkers are
Horse chestnuts, yes, nothing to do with crab apples. And apparently it's been a very bad year for conkers this year. I was hearing on the wireless the other day. Yeah, there's been some disease sweeping through the conker horse chestnut tree family this year. I haven't noticed quite so many cracking me on the nut this year as I've been out delivering the mails.
On your head.
Whereas ordinarily last year, yes, I got struck by a few. What type of melon is it, says Nicola? It's a water, was it a water?
No, this is...
It's not a cantaloupe. Is it a cantaloupe?
It could well be.
It could be a cantaloupe.
Like this. I can't remember where I got this from. Which
It's
plant I got it
it's a
from.
it's a Byther Farm mystery melon.
I think it's a cantaloupe of some sort. So...
So I was putting my hand there to stop you dripping juice on the keyboard.
So...
Stab it. Stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't come.
Apparently it's not very nice.
Sharp.
Apparently, but it's soft. So it should be ripe, but...
It's possibly a bit more of an avocado melon.
Really? It tastes like cucumber. What refreshing.
In a translation, it tastes like cucumber, and apparently that's disgusting.
Okay, all the others have been...
But they have been absolutely delicious.
They have. Right, so that would show me, teach me for showing off with that.
3000% has a hybrid cantaloupe honeydew. Cantadew.
Cantadew.
Honeyloop.
Honey loop.
Sounds like actually that's a breakfast cereal, isn't it?
Rose is saying it's still it's a bit green still, but actually we've eaten lots of them that have been that green.
Yeah.
And then the inside's been like super sweet. So, so who knows why that wasn't quite so. Rachel's saying, I love the looks you're giving Mr. Jack. My looks to Mr. Jack alternate between I love you and...
Shut the heck up.
Yes. But they do that all the time. 3000% says when they're ripe, yes, and I could smell the melon. It was...
Yes, so could I.
It smelt ripe.
Horse
it
chestnut
felt.
makes a good laundry detergent.
Yes, I've heard that too.
I don't know if it would work with our system though.
Well, probably it would.
Well-
Not just about the duck says those pears look nice. Are they dessert ones? Yes, they are. These are from our dual pear tree, which has got, I think it's only 2, could have 3, but it's got conference pears and these which are either Williams or something commies. We don't know because there was no label on the tree and it was here when we moved in. But they are.
But they
very
taste
lovely.
nice,
They are lovely.
which is what
we've
matters.
had a huge number of them.
OCS wants to know, did I miss the naming of the pumpkin?
Sorry?
Did I miss the naming of the pumpkin?
Oh, Chris, no, you haven't missed naming the pumpkin. We have, I just said, would people prefer it to be called Phil or Gord? And you have
And I said it could be Irma.
Irma.
Ermagord.
Irma Gord. So, I don't know. And Evelyn's here. Hello, Evelyn. How are you? So yeah, we haven't really 100% chosen a name for them yet. Nicola's saying they look like what we call pack and pairs. Yeah, they could be any sort of pairs, really. Who knows? Who knows?
Edible and nice.
Yes. And I cooked a whole load of them down last week, didn't I? I very, very slowly cooked them with, what did I put in them? Ginger, cinnamon. I can't remember which one I put in.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Pears and cinnamon, it was apples and ginger.
Oh, there we go.
And Erica harvested baby Phil today. Oh.
Erica, did you do a video about it? So, we'll find that in a minute. So, a couple of things I wanted a couple more things I wanted to say was, as you know, I've got several moderators here, all of whom have got a channel. So if you're not familiar with their channels, please do check out the moderators' channels. Jane Kelly has joined us today as a moderator, so thank you, Jane. I mean, Jane is new as a moderator. I know all the other moderators joined us too.
Yeah.
Jane is new as a moderator. Have I explained that right?
Jane is moderating for the first time today.
Yes, thank you.
And I'm translating for the umpty-umpth time today.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. Was there anything else I wanted to... Oh. Yes. No, just that one.
All right.
Just that one. Do you want to model this for me while I'm talking about it?
Okay, ready?
So, people who have been viewers on our channel for a long time will know about these beautiful mugs, but new viewers, we have amazing Byther Farm mugs, beautiful design on them, an individual design. I know it's individual because I designed it. And would you like to point to the pictures of the ducks? Okay, so those ducks tucked into that little corner there are actually our ducks. So there's a photo I took of our ducks and I made it into a silhouette.
Those turkeys and chickens?
No, the turkeys aren't, but the chickens are. The chickens are actually our chickens.
And the cat there is actually Monty.
So we have these lovely mugs. They are available and our superstars of moderators have put a link up to the mugs.
And also there's apparel. Clothing, darling.
There is apparel,
clothing.
yes. Yes, well, I think we talked about
T-shirts and hoodies and mugs.
Yeah, well, no, we did all
that
those
sort of
things.
stuff.
So you'll be as famous as Clarice Cliff. I wish. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, but darling, the trouble is you don't really want to wait until you've been dead 85 years before they talk about you on telly.
Chris, thank you so much for. I can't believe you came back. Now you've got that your new toy. Go and enjoy it, and I really look forward to hearing some more about it.
Yep. Chrissy has her first couple of the day in a Byther Farm mug. I'm going to have to get some experience or retro album chart show mugs done at some point.
No, you could just use a Byther Farm mug. I love these mugs. I do actually. Really, I love the feel of them. So they ship to the US, Europe, UK, and if you are in Australia and you want one, you just need to let me know because Nicola, did yours get to you?
Safely.
Well, I know it did, but was it completely unharmed? I know it took a while because I wasn't terribly organised, but I'm hoping that got to her okay. Because Nicola could have got. Oh no, she is still there. She said she loves the mug. So yes, So we can get them to Australia as well, but you just need to let me know and I need to arrange that because I have to get it sent to me here, and then I'll send it to you.
Yep, been using it for months.
Yeah. So now, and Eleanor's here. Hi Eleanor, how are you? So first live chat back after the summer off. Are you busy? Oh, he's busy. It's making your head shiny, so. Oh yeah, we have another new moderator. I forgot. Well, you've got to behave really nicely, or else I'll take you off. If you're going to just.
I'll block you before you do that.
Was there anything else we wanted to talk about that isn't just a plug? Because it's quite nice to. Should we scroll back and scroll back and look at some of the questions, or invite you to ask any more questions? Thank you. So, yes, Michael has said, if you're enjoying Liz's videos, please consider supporting her on Patreon. I do try to, that's the best phrase, endeavour to put up around one new video a week on Patreon. Doesn't always work.
No, they tend to be a bit more informal.
They're much more informal. It's grab the camera and chat, and sometimes it's just grab the phone.
It's nice actually, isn't it, to have a thing that's just a chat among friends.
Yes, yeah. It's much more this is what's going on, or this is why we're doing something or other. So yes.
Tips on the squash and the pumpkins, apart from the birdhouse gourds, the others I've tried to grow are so behind.
Okay. This year I think was a really tough year for squashes and pumpkins because we had a bit of warm weather. Then just as they were getting going, June was cold, wet
And very windy.
and not at all conducive to growing squashes. So about 80% of the ones that I grew got knocked back and never recovered. They just didn't get over that weather. So I think to some extent that's just a symptom of what the weather was like in June. So yeah, they have been slow. So the ones that are in the ground the ones that I'm now pulling out that are in the ground here were the ones that I kept in the polytunnel for the longest, and they didn't go into the ground until pretty much after the end of June, when the weather started picking up again.
Nice one there from 3000%. Was there ever a moment before you got your channel going that you couldn't go in front of a camera? Nah, she's a bit. In Sweden, they have a phrase for people.
Hello, Stu.
For people who like to be photographed. They call them lenslaus.
Lenslaus. Lenslaus, that's a good word.
Lenslaus. She
Yes.
was a lenslaus. She loved her. I give a camera. Hello.
No, I was. If you go back and have a look at my first couple of videos, you will see how nervous I am. Then if you go on about 3 months, which is basically almost 200. If you go on 4 months, that's 200 videos. You'll see I am still just as nervous in front of the camera. It took about 6 or 7 months, and then one morning it was suddenly like,
This is what I do.
I can do this now. This is what I do. But it took me, and it was probably 300 videos before I started feeling more ridiculous, actually. I just felt really odd, peculiar, walking around the garden talking to myself.
But you've always walked around the garden talking to yourself.
I know, but not to a camera.
But not with anyone listening.
I mean, not. So yes, it took an awfully long time for me to stop feeling really quite peculiar about being on this side of a camera. And you're still not 100.
I'm not. No, it's not. I'm a wireless person. Microphone, headphones, and greetings, music lovers. And I think the thing is though that with any form of broadcasting, of which this is part of the same,
Yeah.
the whole broadcasting family, you're projecting a version of yourself. It's a slightly enhanced version of who you are. It's a slightly larger version of your own persona, because otherwise it just doesn't feel right.
Well, and also most people, let's face it, are quite everyday. You know, if you wanted to watch every day, you'd just put a mirror up and bore yourself. So Stu, hi, thank you for joining us. Stu's here from Petal and Pavings Lab. Sorry, reading. Quick, fill in the gap with some noise. Doesn't matter what
Monty,
it
on
is.
the other hand, is himself, whether he's on camera or not. He's exactly the same, because he does not care what anyone thinks unless they're going to feed him.
Yeah, Stu's saying some of his best conversations are when he's walking around talking to himself. Yes, absolutely.
But don't do it out loud. If you do it out loud, make sure you've got an earpiece in so people think you're on a Bluetooth. Otherwise, they're going to think you're a care in the community case.
Or just put your camera up and then you can talk to yourself and it's not a problem. So let's have another little look.
Do you have a favourite variety of lettuce?
Yes, Remain lettuces are my favourite, not necessarily for taste, but as a statement.
They grow very well.
They do. Do you know, I like nearly all lettuces, except I don't like endives. I don't like the kind of the bitterness of an endive. And I
Is
don't
it
like
endive or is it endive?
both of those.
Okay.
Don't like
Doesn't
either
like
of
either,
them.
right.
And I don't like little gems. I don't like little gem
You used
lettuce.
to love ice gems, though.
I used to love ice gem. I did used to love ice gem. Oh, they were great. Okay, if you're not in the UK, you won't know what an ice gem is. It's a very small biscuit.
Yeah.
Quite a dry biscuit.
Sort of like a rich tea, but thicker. But
You
tiny.
can't say rich tea to biscuit to Americans because they won't know what that is either.
Oh, well, I don't know
So
that.
a very plain, dry biscuit. Not a scone, a dry like biscuit,
Cookie.
like cookie, with a little blob of hard icing on the top of it.
And the little biscuit cookie is the same size as the blob of hard icing, which is like a squidge.
Nearly.
Yeah.
Nowadays the biscuit's a bit bigger because they're a bit meaner with their icing.
I suppose,
But
yeah.
anyway, that's what an iced gem is. We weren't talking about iced gems, and you got completely. We've got onto biscuits then. So lettuce. No, I love lettuces, but I'm not keen on little gems. So,
Jane wanted to know what you're having for tea.
what are we having for tea?
Yeah.
We will be having one of those meals that you open the freezer door and go,
That's ready.
what do we got? Because I've been doing a lot of preparatory cooking, haven't I? So we've now got a freezer full of ready meals, homemade ready meals, and I plan to show some of those to you over the next couple of weeks.
I had a conversation. This is last winter. One of my colleagues was saying, "So what do you have for tea last night?" And I said, "Oh, I had this ready meal." And he said, "What was it?" And it was something like pheasant in red wine sauce with such and such and such. He said, "Which supermarket did you get that from then?"
The home supermarket, yeah. So, New Life says, are there any YouTubers you watch that are not homesteaders? Yes.
I watch Pink Floyd stuff and radio stuff a lot, and music bits.
And I watch Viva Frey, who is...
Do you watch? I mean, you know, you.
No, I watch
I'm
a few
assuming.
bits and pieces of legal stuff.
I was going to assume that in homesteaders you're also including gardeners, because you know you watch people.
Yeah. And New Life 51 has, have you ever made beet wine? Yes. And there's a video about how to make it. And I've actually finished it now.
It's the best cooking wine you've ever made.
Yes, so I've finished it. I need to make some more. When I say I've finished it, I haven't drunk it. I've put it in cooking because you didn't like the taste
No,
of it.
I wasn't over keen, I must admit. And tea is a term for supper, or the meal between lunch and your big evening meal.
Yes.
Or it can be your evening meal.
Right. Michael says, have you ever experienced cucumber leaves going brown with a crystal coating on them? My guess would be that is powdery mildew or some sort of mildew. Any of the other gardeners want to answer that one about brown leaves with a crystal coating on them? I'd be interested to know.
Beet wine is dangerous, says Erica. I don't know why you think that, Erica.
Oh, because hers might be dangerous because I think it might have been consumed a little early and in a large volume. New Life, I actually call it beetroot wine because here we call them beetroots rather than just beets. And Daniel's here. Hello, Daniel. Sorry I didn't see you earlier. See, look at this fabulous bits of
Homestead in the
language.
Highlands, in their part of Scotland, supper means something is a supper means with chips. Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
Yeah, supper is a meal from 6 o'clock onwards for me. 6 o'clock in the evening onwards. So, Brian from Allotment Life is here. Hi, Brian. Thank you for your nice comment this week. I was saying earlier on, so thank you to people for their comments. Fried pie. Good grief.
Deep fried.
So
There's a
as
deep
you
fried
can
chocolate bar
guess,
afterwards.
or as I think some of you know, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I've been on a weight loss journey. He hates me using that word. So I've been on a weight loss diet program
Program.
for the last
10 months.
not over 9 months, coming up to 10 months. And David's here. Hello, David. And that is ongoing. So no pie, no chips. Well, I do, but they're not pie with pastry.
On top of which, we also have to watch out for the gluten and things like that.
And they're not chips that have been fried. So, yeah.
For stuff like that, I've got to do when she's not around.
And you do, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Laura's saying we can barely see you in your videos anymore. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll start wearing really bright colours again. I won't. So yeah, just as a kind of indication, I have, and I will do a video about it, but I'm not quite there yet. I've almost lost 50 pounds in weight, which is
Pretty good going.
yeah. I was trying to do the maths of how many stones that was. It's 3 and
Something.
nearly 4 stone or something. Yeah. Dawn says, "Am I rude in asking?" Well, no. Has the weight loss helped your health? No, I don't think it's made any difference other than my knees hurt less.
It hasn't make any more sense.
So no, hasn't had any huge impact.
I think it's had.
It would have had on my breathing and my movements, but not.
And on your confidence.
And on and on my
So,
confidence. And that's
so on the mental health, I
one.
think it's had a very positive effect.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's made any difference to your ongoing
It's made no difference to my thyroid
issues.
readings. My blood's coming back from the doctors. They're all exactly the same as they were. So Nicola's saying you could really tell in the video the day when you did a flashback to a previous video. Yes, a flashback to last
June, wasn't it?
June 2018. Yeah, so I was quite surprised at that as well. So yes, it's been. I'm not quite there yet. I've still got a way to go. I'd quite like to get back to the size I was when I met you, which wasn't 100 years ago or anything. It's only
8 years ago. Something like 8 years ago.
Something like that. Was it 8? 9? Oh, I don't know. A little while ago. Are we supposed to remember these things?
Apparently. You're the one that keeps telling me the anniversaries are important, then you forget them.
2012 we met.
That was 7 years ago.
So 7 years ago.
7.5.
Something like that.
Ish. Oh, that's right, because you keep itching, don't you?
Yeah.
7 years.
So yes, I would like to get back to that sort of size. I probably won't get back to that level of fitness again because I was very fit when I met you, and I did lots and lots of exercise.
Yeah.
But it would be quite nice to get back to around that size.
I think you'll be a slightly different shape now, but that's fine.
I will, and I'm 8 years older as well. So gravity.
No more lemon cake, or lemon cake in very small, occasional, bijou, moderate
I
crumbs.
haven't had cake for
10 months. I think you've only made 2 cakes in the last 10 months. One was for my birthday and one was for a charity thing.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, I think the packet of flour is still the same one for the whole year.
Yeah, whereas we used to buy about 3 a week.
New Life 51. If you are happy with this, can you share what your first name is, please? Don't need to go away, and if you don't want to, that's fine as well. Clarissa's here. Hiya. Excuse me. I need to cough.
Okay, that's acceptable.
So yes, Clarissa has started watching their videos on my videos quite recently and left some lovely comments, which has been very nice. What's all this? Oh, I see. People are just sharing things. Okay.
Erica's first name apparently is Brian.
Oh dear. Is there any veg you still buy, or do you only eat what you grow?
We will run out of things like potatoes and onions at some point and have to buy them. And
we did carrots last year.
Oh, well, yeah. Occasionally we've managed to find some organic ones that tasted okay, but the ordinary ones tasted like soap. They
did. What else? So we buy melons. Well, I haven't got them.
Bananas,
fruit. Well, actually, anything.
Citrus fruit.
Citrus fruit. What else do we buy? We do buy fruit and veg occasionally. It's fruit that I haven't been able to. If I want something fresh, that's usually the thing that we spend money on. Because it's all very well having stewed apples and stewed pears, but sometimes it's just nice to do that. Homestead in the Highlands says, do you have any courses coming up held at your place? I absolutely do. So I've got 2. This morning I tried to get them online so that I could give you the links for them.
And
they'll go up later on because I didn't manage to get them online in time.
Okay.
Look, we had a choice. I could have got the links online, or I could have got dressed.
Yeah.
So I only had time to do one of those things before the live. Because you get to like 1:20 and you suddenly think, oh, I'm still in my pyjamas. I know other people do that on a Sunday. You were still wandering around late morning in your jammies too, so not just me. But
yeah, but that's not 1:20, is it?
No, that was early afternoon, but it's okay. So anyway, I'm not in my pyjamas. Hooray! And I suspect people are going to start heading off in a minute. So yeah, the 2 courses coming up. One is about creating your own soft fruit garden, and the other one is based around that time of year in mid-December. No, late December. Oh, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say that thing.
Oh,
yeah,
right, yeah. The
so
point of year when we start delivering the summer holiday catalogues.
Yes, so that event that happens in the 3rd week in December, there's a course based around something to do with that as well. It's really hard to say that. So now listen.
Someone said it.
You see, isn't that when you and your really close friends say it? So that you don't.
Using the
Well,
C
no,
word.
she's using the C word. I know, but actually, there is someone up here that were just saying that it is. I think it's Cancer Awareness Month this month.
I did see that was Clarice.
So yes, it is. Perhaps we will do some stuff supporting that in the group this month. So. Kate says we need to talk about links for this live stream. Kate, I emailed you, so hopefully that email arrived. I sent you a nice dog email, and I will get some, and I will get the links about the courses there as well. Lee's here. Fantastic.
And Christy's off to the store to get some stuff ready for when the granddaughter comes to stay for a few days. Have a great time.
Look,
we had a grandson stay for a few days this year, didn't we?
Oh, we did. Yes, grandson number 1 came and stayed for a few days. That was good, wasn't it? He was exhausted at the end of it. He was here for
3 days, and you slept for 4 afterwards.
No, he came on a Sunday and he went on a Thursday, which is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's 5
days, and you slept for a week afterwards.
Yeah. So
Homestead in the Highlands, and is going to catch 40 sheep in 80 acres without a sheepdog. That's a video. You've got a video of that. That'd be brilliant.
Okay, I sent that early morning our time, so I will go and have a check, but it definitely went. It just obviously hasn't got as far as coming across the pond to you yet.
Grow your own life, yes.
Point, darling, because I can't see.
Should I have eggs, chips, and chips, or chips and gravy for tea? I think you should have eggs, chips, and gravy.
You can't have eggs and gravy.
Yeah, you can. If they're boiled, you can.
No. If you boil them, they're not chips.
No, the eggs. You didn't make chip eggs.
And Annie's joined us as well. Do you know it's 3:15? This is a little bit longer than I had expected to be chatting. But do you think that's because it's our first one back? So, I think I do. So, shall we think about? Actually, Rose is saying, "What's your gravy?" Gravy is meat juices and thickening, like either flour or corn flour and water. So it's not like gravy that you have, because it took me a long time to learn what gravy was.
Cheerio, Erica. Catch up with you soon.
So, okay, so I am. Yeah, Erica's heading off. I'm beginning to think about heading off. But again, so if you haven't met the other channels that are moderators, please go and have a look at their channels. That would be absolutely brilliant. So that's Inside Kate's Kitchen, Erica's Little Welsh Garden, Jane Kelly. I'm going to get stomped on if I've forgotten anyone. Tony Stevens Garden Gadgets and Gizmos.
And mine is just this one, so you're checking it out already.
Yeah. Have we forgotten anyone else? Did I say Kate? Yes. I said Kate. Good.
You did.
Hopefully I have said all of the moderators who have channels. Thank you also to the moderators who don't have channels but are here supporting.
Sarah, I'm sorry, you're probably going to have to go and clean that digger fairly soon.
Have we done everything? Are we absolutely there? Thank you so much for joining us for our first live chat back of the autumn winter. I will be back again, probably not with you next week.
Quite possibly not, no, because I've got a couple of very busy weeks coming up, so I'm having to cram 3 or 4 days worth of stuff into a day and a half.
Yeah, but I will see you at 2 o'clock again next Sunday.
And Irma will be here with you.
And once we've confirmed the name,
Confirmer.
Once you confirm the name, my co-host will be with me. And so, wherever you are in the world, and whatever you've got planned for the rest of your day. I hope it's a good one. And I also hope you'll join me on Tuesday for another video. Bye.